Welcome back to the Ambition Over Fear portal. I'm Atlas Opia, and I help people expand their interdimensional knowledge. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing how to shift realities by embodying the element of air, and how to reprogram your mind to see reality as more fluid than it is solid, so you don't feel confined to your circumstances and the troubles you're going through at the moment. If you're back on this channel, or you're here for the first time and you enjoy content which breaks down information in a way that is understandable so you can truly apply it to your life and your journey, definitely consider subscribing. To jump right into it, I want to explain why reality is solid and how we can perceive it differently. Reality is solid from the third dimension, so your soul can experience the energy on earth through your five senses. But at the same time, that energy is vibrating so quickly that from your third eye, you can feel into the fact that everything around you is just frequency, moving through different dimensions. And when you're able to feel that fluidity of reality, you can change it more effectively, because you then realize that everything in the third dimension is energy from a higher dimension flowing down and translating through time and space into the form of solid material. So it's important to tell the mind this, right? Because even though you're shifting your consciousness and you realize on some level how the metaphysical world works from a soul level, you're remembering and you're shifting your awareness, and on a conscious level you understand it. The mind has a subconscious program that is a collection of thoughts and beliefs that allow you to live out a certain version of life. It's a particular trajectory of energy, and the moment you have a consistent thought and emotion towards yourself or the world, it creates a story of how you're relating to the world in this body. And as you live different versions of yourself, different layers of information get stored in your DNA because they're repeatedly being experienced in your external world. It then stores in your subconscious mind, and that distributes throughout your body, because your body is experiencing the energy through an emotion. That is how you're connecting to the energy that you're tapping into. That is how the body creates an association to that particular experience, is because the thought shows up in the body and your body has an emotional reaction, which may be subconscious or conscious. So you have to tell your mind, hey, on the third dimension, everything is solid so I can experience it. But on the fifth dimension, which is my imagination, my free-flowing consciousness that exists outside of my body and the beliefs in my system, energy is just information, and my imagination can feel into any detail of how life could look and may look. And when you tell yourself that, you can imagine the information penetrating the layers of your subconscious mind. You imagine as if you're saying those words and it's echoing throughout your subconscious mind, and it's moving through layers and layers and layers. Because what ends up happening is we tend to believe that things are black and white. Okay, well, I know reality is fluid, and I can alter what I experience by changing the energy that I'm interacting with and how I'm viewing my time here. But if we don't look at the different dimensions of our consciousness and how it's relating to that particular thing we're digesting or learning how to apply, then those layers will show up in our subconscious mind and prevent us from actually fully integrating it. So once you realize that, you can start by initiating the masculine energy, which is truly deciding, okay, I've had moments where I feel into the power of the universe, the oneness of everything. You may have had times during meditation or yoga or creative work or a period in your life where you're truly being exposed to the elasticity of the universe and how nothing is out of your grasp. It's a sort of connection to what you're thinking, and you realize that in order for you to have a thought, you have to be a vibrational match to it. So whenever you have been around somebody who has had a specific starseed origin or particular metaphysical gifts or knowledge, they are a reflection of something that already exists in your system. When you visualize a planet or a different dimension or a group of beings or type of energy, you're only able to bring that into your consciousness because you're a vibrational match to it. So when you have the thought of, I want my life to look like this, realize that this is not far from you. The moment you bring that thought in, you have a vibrational match to that particular information because you're experiencing it through thought. So that should let you know that whenever you think of your manifestations and you view a parallel reality where all of the things you desire already exist and you're living in your prime and you can feel it, that is there going on in a different dimension, because the moment you have a thought of what if my life looked like this and you feel a pull to expand upon that story, your consciousness is splitting your soul DNA into a parallel reality where your body, your mind, and the world around you are a reflection of this new story. And sometimes we're not aware of how many parallel realities can exist, but how you can really move into that truth deeper is when you're in the middle of the woods and you decide to branch off in a certain direction, there is a set of different experiences and energy that you'll get to experience from that new starting point. To where if you decided to explore the forest in an entirely different direction, you might come across different people who are camping, different animals, different thoughts, different experiences, views. And that is a starting point for an entirely different trajectory of energy that can occur. The same goes for life. When you decide, how would life look if these things were real? And you give yourself the benefit of the doubt and say, you know what, I'm going to allow myself to feel into these things. Your consciousness creates a new starting point of energy that creates a ripple effect in a hidden dimension that is connected to different experiences and energies and thoughts and emotions and people that are connected to that starting point of how you're now going to experience life. And so embodying the element of air is truly realizing and telling yourself that the minute you decide to go into meditation or wake up in the morning or close your eyes and you come back to the physical world, you are now living from that new story. You are now assuming all these things have happened. And you're now in the effect of what it feels like to be in that story and to rest in it and to know that you're worthy of it and to not need to struggle or fight, because if you let go, the universe will arrange itself in that particular pattern of energy, that trajectory that came from the starting point of you deciding you are going to experience a new version of life, where these experiences that come from your desires are already there and you're truly living in that energy. Because you're the creator of your own world, so if you think it has to be hard, it's going to be hard. If you allow yourself to go, okay, this is my starting point. Every day in the morning and night, you can have a meditation, at least 5 minutes. And when you're in that meditation, you follow your breath until you realize that you are more than this circumstances you're experiencing. And then you can see that life. And you can feel how your body would be different after soaking in these new experiences, how you would feel more relaxed because now there is nothing left to chase, because you already have what you need and you're feeling into it. Then you release control. Then you release the idea of how it's going to happen or what needs to occur or who you need to be. You move into that feminine energy where you're more receptive to the energetic downloads your soul wants to give you, your mind and your body, to really allow you to merge with the timeline of all these experiences that are going to occur in the future. And you imagine that your soul is the wind and it's just taking you in that direction, and there's a magnetic force connecting you to that timeline now. And you tell yourself, this is my reality now. There is no other possibility besides what has already happened. Because if you're living from the point of it already happening, then you know there is no debate because you've already experienced this. So you use your imagination to really get into the story of who you want to be. And then you allow your soul to take you into the feeling of you already being this person in this new life. And the element of air truly allows you to detach from the solidified energy around you that is a representation of what has already manifested based off of the thoughts and beliefs you've had about the world and yourself from the past. Wind can allow you to unplug from the need to feel certain about where you are. Wind can allow you to feel trusting that there is something guiding you, and you may not have control over it, but you're sitting in for the ride and you're going to enjoy every moment as the universe surprises you with these new blessings, because you truly are a capsulation of the power of the entire universe, and you are just slowly moving out of the limitation that you're a victim to what has been created. So allow wind to take you away from the mind's function of filling in the blanks and creating an idea of what your body is doing here. Because in order for you to move from the old paradigm and story into the new paradigm and story, you have to let go of the mind and who you think you are and where you think you should go and what has happened and what you're trying to get redemption from. And you move into your soul, which is pure consciousness. And your mind may feel lost because it doesn't know how to help you based on the way it's been programmed to, which is filling in the blanks based on the subconscious information that is vibrating in that moment. So when you feel lost, take that as an indication that you are moving beyond the old structure of the mind, and now you are mindless but you feeling into your soul because that's the place you have to go. And then you can flow into this new reality by deciding that at any moment you can shift into a new pattern of energy. You decide what's going to happen, and then you move like air into another reality where this is the new possibility in you. Well, thank you guys for joining in on today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I make videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Definitely tune in if you're being pushed through a new stage of your conscious awakening and you're wanting a way to understand this advanced information in an easily digestible manner so your mind can merge with your higher self. And if you're deciding that there is something more you have to learn, maybe you've gone through an awakening, an ascension, and a change, but now you're being urged to interact with your soul in a different way, but you may not know what that is and you feel out of place, sign up for my Galactic Quantum Coaching. It is there where I tap into your system and I guide you into the next step of what mechanics of the universe do you have to understand, and how can you apply it to your process of healing and expansion in this moment. And I give you a way for your mind to reprogram how it interfaces with reality based on the truth your soul has tapped into. Your soul knows what's going on and who you are and where you have to go. The mind is stuck on repeat based on what it has experienced. So I introduce a collection of interdimensional skills where you can have an understanding from the mind's point of view how to interact with energy in the quantum field in a different way. I've created 20 actions that describe a unique thing you can do in the quantum field to summon energy, alter it, heal it, move it around. And there's a lot more. And if you're curious about what skills you already have, I have a free quiz. It's in the description. And if you want to take yourself to the next level and you're a starseed and there's a lot of technology that you're feeling as if it's coming into your system, but you're not exactly sure what it means, let me introduce you to the new era of spirituality. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.